and welcome to Stories Found. Each week we feature funny stories, plays, and sketches from some of the most talented comedy writers in the world. I'm your host, Ava Love Hanna, a writer and humorist in Austin, Texas. Joining me is my writing partner, audio engineer, and all-around cool guy, Paul Hanna. You're listening to Stories Found. Our featured organization this week is Sentences Book Donations. Their goal is to network readers with prison librarians and juvenile detention centers to determine their needs and donate books for use in their facilities. We encourage you to visit them online and see how you can help further their mission. We'll have the direct links to their Facebook and Goodreads pages on our site, storiesfound.com. Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Stories Found. If you're tired of Thanksgiving leftovers like we are, well, we've got a treat for you today. A trip to a very special restaurant. This week we're talking to one of our favorite playwrights, Clinton Festa, and then hearing his surreal comedy, The Experience, about a restaurant that serves emotions instead of food. Clinton began his career as a writer and cartoonist for his campus humor magazine. Since then, he's had short plays produced around the U.S. and Canada, comedy sketches that have placed in national competitions, and a novel recently published with CamCat Books. Clinton is smart, funny, and a brilliant playwright. We adore his work, and we're so excited to welcome him back to Stories Found today. Hey, Clint, welcome back to Stories Found.
Hey, thanks for having me back. It's great to be back.
Well, we're really excited to have you here today to talk about your play, The Experience. And this script, I just have to say, it is phenomenal. It's absurd, it's funny, and it's really unique. So go ahead and tell us, in your own words, a little bit about it. What are we going to hear today?
So we're going to hear about a restaurant that serves emotions as well as almost in place of food.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we may possibly even see a restaurant like this in our lifetime.
I would not be surprised. It feels like we're moving that direction, right?
Yeah.
So I discovered this play on NPX and I immediately loved it. In fact, I kind of couldn't stop thinking about it because the dialogue is snappy, the whole play is well balanced, but more than that, it is really atmospheric. I mean, you take these intangible emotions and you're really able to show them in sort of a physical, or in our case, in an audio way. Your people are really able to understand these emotions. And the action, it takes place in one location, but the play moves. And I think it's because you've managed to sort of expertly weave all of these intangible things together and do it in such a subtle way. So how on earth did you come up with this idea?
The origin of this idea was at an actual restaurant with my wife at our anniversary a few years ago now. And the table next to us, and we've all seen this, they had one of those, you light it on fire and then you blow it out desserts.
Right.
And it was a small restaurant, and they bring this Bananas Foster or whatever it is out to the couple next to us, and then the waiter lights it on fire in front of them, and everybody stares at it for a minute, and then he says to the lady who ordered it, "Okay, blow it out now," because the waiter can't blow on her food, and she's like, she blows it out, then there's a pause, and there's like a yay, I just we've all seen that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's okay. That's like Flaming Moe from The Simpsons. It's a little gimmicky, and
right.
Getting a little tired. What's the next move, restaurants? Come on, restaurant industry. What are you going to do next? You got up the ante, because this is getting kind of it's not like Benihana where they put on the whole show and everything's cool. They do the little the train steam engine coming out of the Onion Tower and the volcano or whatever. This was just like one move. This restaurant had one move, one dessert.
That's the special one.
I came home and I just started playwriting at the time. And I was pitching this idea to my wife, and I was so excited. And we were kind of coming up with, different emotions. And that was, I think, the hard part. Then she kind of got okay, that's cool. Yeah. Go, now you finish.
Yeah.
You finish the script. Go finish the script. but I was still really excited about it, and she was helping me, and it was fun because we kind of went through this experience together.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was a matter of, you know how it is, like you get that blast, and initially when you come up with an idea, you start writing, and then there's the other side of that where
Right.
you got to
So
say,
what?
okay,
Okay, now. Yeah.
yeah, now what do I do? Now what
What
do I
am I
do? I need
trying to
an
say
emotional.
here? Yeah.
So coming up with the emotions was actually kind of the lengthy part, but
Mm-hmm.
fun once I got it because I started to think to myself like, all right, well, what are people going to want to buy?
Right.
Happiness, right? That's going to be the
Uh-huh.
standard. That's going to be the number one, the common thing. Happiness, joy, whatever. And then, but a restaurant's going to have some variety. So let's have some other emotions. So that's
Right.
kind of what rounded out the script.
Well, okay, so talking about that, one thing I do love is the variety of emotions you have available. They are familiar, but they're varied and sort of unexpected. And the customers don't always choose the most logical ones, right? Like, well, why
No.
would he choose that? But there's a lot of depth to that. For example, without revealing the whole menu, the one that stood out most to me was happiness. Well, everyone would want happiness, right? But conversely, it's chicken. It's somewhat
Yeah,
bland. It's safe. There's no surprises. Just, like if you're
exactly.
just choosing safe happiness. And those other menu items, they each fit so perfectly. And I guess so was that intentional going in and saying, here's my intention with this menu, this food item matching this emotion.
Yes, it was. It
Okay.
totally was because yeah, like what's the standard? What's the staple that the restaurant's going to have? I mean,
Right.
the happiness that could have been a burger. It happens
Yeah.
to be chicken, but
I think chicken is so
the one thing,
perfect.
yeah, it's chicken. It's like, come on,
Yeah.
you eat it and you're like, ah, it tastes good. Okay, but
Yeah.
like, come on, it's not like the type of meat that's as versatile as some others.
Right.
And the fun one though was the special, and I don't want to give away a whole lot, but
Yeah, that was amazing.
the
And
fun
I
one
think
was just like, because you knew that one was going to be totally out there. You wouldn't want it every day,
but yet they ordered
but
it willingly, and
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. There's so many layers to this play because it's like, are we, because you can really dig into it. Like, are we choosing? Are we ordering in our own lives? Are we ordering rejection? Are we ordering happiness? Are we ordering these different things? And I thought, God, this is such a fantastic way to show that parallel between our lives and our choices in a menu in a restaurant. So just fantastic job.
well, thank you. I think we are. I think people go to, when you look at what people go to,
Yeah.
people go to certain, I don't know, news sources or
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is just to get upset.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, not everybody's after happiness all the time. So people are after
Right.
some really interesting cognitive effects.
That's true. So we talked a little bit about your idea process last time when we had you on the show, and I know that a lot of times you tend to start with asking yourself a question, right? So what if this happened, or what if that, and then go
Yeah.
from there. Is that still an integral part of your writing process now?
Yes, it is because
Okay.
I think okay, like I've heard that the four main components of a story are characters, plot, story, world, and tone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's great, but where are you going to start? Like, how are you going to
Right.
build that? How are you going to put that together? I really think you need a premise. And maybe it's just because I'm such a lover of sketch comedy
Mm-hmm.
that to me, it's like if you don't start with a premise, what are you doing? You're
Yeah,
just
where are
kind
you
of like,
going? Yeah.
yeah, where are you going? You're just sort of hanging out with. It's more like that might be episodic, like you might be do a sitcom around that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but no, I very much start with what if, and I
Mm-hmm.
love that you found this on NPX because if you look at my NPX files, then they
Mm-hmm.
say, well, what's the premise? What's this about? Synopsis, right?
Right.
Every one of mine starts with just it's a question.
It
It's what
does.
if such
Mm-hmm.
and such. So this one is what if a restaurant served emotions instead of food?
Right. Man, and that's such a neat way to get yourself into it. Because sometimes I think also, like we had talked about, you get this idea and you're like, okay, I love this, but where am I going? And if you already have a question in mind that you're trying to answer, I think that's a fantastic way to write yourself into a story and to write yourself to a conclusion, right?
Yeah, and it's the first step in my writing process because if I have a premise that I like,
Mm-hmm.
then it's not going to leave me alone. I'm going to have to write it. But you can't write every idea that comes to your head because it's just you don't have no time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I start because if I don't have a solid premise, I don't know that I'll come up with the momentum, the enthusiasm, or whatever to finish a script. But if I do have one that I really like, then it's happening.
That's awesome. So, okay, final and perhaps most important question here. What emotion do you think would taste the best, and why do I think it's chocolate cheesecake remorse?
I think we picked the same
We
one.
picked the same one.
No, I mean, I think we've learned our lesson on revenge.
Right.
That's going to come out cold and just sort of be kind of bitter, and you
Mm-hmm.
think you're going to love it, but no, I think it's remorse. I
It
think
is.
I think we're in agreement on that. You're going to do something fun that's going to be, well, that tasted good at the time.
And at least have the memory
Why'd
of
I
it.
do that?
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. It has been a pleasure as always. We love having you here.
Thank you so much.
We know you love Stories Found, but have you ever sat and wondered, wow, how can I let other people know just how much I love Stories Found? Well, fortunately, we're here to help. Head over to storiesfound.com/support. We've got a list of fun, free, or even paid ways to show your support and to help us keep paying our amazingly talented writers and actors. Soon, the whole world will know just how much you love comedy and supporting the arts. Head over to storiesfound.com/support. Stories Found is now proud to present The Experience by Clinton Festa.
Hi, welcome to The Experience, the restaurant where every meal is an experience. Have you ever dined with us before?
Yes, we have.
We had our first date here 10 years ago tonight.
Oh, fantastic. Welcome back. I guess you know how it works then. Just let me know if you have any questions.
Oh, can you tell us what's on the menu tonight?
Sure. We have the barbecue chicken happiness, that's always a crowd pleaser, the Caesar salad frustration, gluten-free, and the mountain trout rejection, that's fresh and local. Oh, and our special tonight is the feeling like your older sister has your face pinned down on a pillow casserole.
What's your most popular?
Well, that would definitely be our barbecue chicken happiness.
Honey, I think I'm ready to order. I'll have the happiness.
Oh, come on. You always get the happiness. You got it on our first date. We're celebrating. Live a little.
Oh, all right. I'll have the Caesar salad frustration.
Very well, and for you, sir?
You know, the mountain trout rejection sounds really good, but I'll go with the special.
Excellent. One frustration for the lady, and one feeling like your older sister has your face pinned down on a pillow for the gentleman. I'll go put in your orders.
I hope it's not too obvious, but I am hungry.
I wonder if I should have gotten the trout.
You're nothing but miserable, pathetic failures, both of you. Your mother should have left you two at a bus terminal and ran. Hi, folks. Just checking up on you. Your food should be out shortly.
Oh, sure. Who were you talking to back there?
Just another couple we have dining with us tonight. They have to eat in the bathrooms. I can't have them out here to be seen with you nice folks. They have to eat in the toilet stalls because they're losers.
Oh,
They got the trout.
they got the trout. Yeah, that sounds so good. I knew I should have gotten that.
Oh, honey, I can make mountain trout rejection at home for you anytime you want.
You two deserve each other. Nobody likes you. They all just feel sorry for you. The only reason I'm even talking to you is because I'm getting paid.
Yeah, you're right. I'm glad I ordered the casserole.
I heard you tried to adopt a dog from the pound and the dog said no thanks, just euthanize me.
Your meal sounds great. I think you'll like it.
Here you go, sir.
Ooh, that looks fantastic.
You ready?
Yep.
If you want me to stop, just say so. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. If you want me to stop, just say so. What's that? You want more? You said you want more? Oh, okay.
Oh, that was great. Thank you.
Excuse me, is my meal coming soon?
I can check. What did you order again?
The Caesar salad frustration.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're all out of that tonight.
Why didn't you tell me that when I ordered it?
Because you ordered the barbecue chicken happiness.
No, I originally ordered the happiness, but I changed it to the frustration.
Give me a moment. I'll see what I can do. First, I need to help this customer.
You're kidding me.
Hello, sir. Did you place a takeout order?
Yes, I ordered the pork chop nostalgia.
Oh, right. We were able to do it this time, but we really don't serve this anymore.
You don't? Oh. Well, this was my favorite.
I know. I'm sorry. It's so good.
Well, thanks for making it for me. Does Sal still run this place? Maybe I could say hi.
No, he sold it a few years ago. We have a different owner now.
Oh. Well, if you see Sal...
He's dead.
I see. I'm sorry to hear that. All right, how much do I owe you?
$18.
$18? Ugh, I can't remember when pork chops were $2.75 down at the butcher shop.
Per pound?
No, for a whole meal. You could feed a whole family of 4 on that.
Wow, that is cheap. That must have been a long time ago.
Yeah, I guess those days are gone. Well, here's your money. Thanks for the nostalgia. Probably the last time I'm gonna get it.
Probably is. Have a good day, sir.
I'm sorry, ma'am. If you could make him pork chops custom ordered, why can't you get me what I asked for?
I'm sorry, what did you order again?
The Caesar salad frustration.
I'll see what I can do. Are you ready for another, sir?
Go ahead.
That's the last time you break my Barbie dolls, you little runt. You hear me? And if you tell Dad, I'm gonna tell him you stole the $20 I took from his wallet.
Oh, wow. Whew, thank you. That was outstanding.
Unbelievable. They're taking forever.
Here you go, ma'am.
And how am I supposed to eat this without a fork?
Oh, I'm sorry. Your meal doesn't come with a fork.
What?
So, how are you enjoying your meal, folks?
Mine's excellent. How's yours, honey?
How's mine? How's mine? We've been coming to this restaurant for 10 years, and this has been, by far, the best frustration I've ever had in my life.
Oh, well, I'm glad you had a memorable experience. So, did we save room for some chocolate cheesecake remorse?
You've just heard The Experience by Clinton Festa. It was performed for you today by Gabriella Headley as the wife, Joe Lorenz as the husband, Tony Knight as the waitress, and Manuel Solis Bauza as the takeout customer. This episode was edited and mixed for you by Paul Hanna and ELA Studios. We'll have a post on our website with more information about Clinton and links to where you can find his plays, his novel, and a direct link to his NPX profile, as well as bios and links to our very talented actors. If you've enjoyed this episode, hey, we'd love a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. And fellow playwrights, make sure to leave a recommendation for Clinton on NPX, the new play exchange. You can find links to everything I just mentioned and more on our website, storiesfound.com. Thanks for listening to Stories Found. We've been your hosts, Ava Love Hanna and Paul Hanna. Get more info about this week's episode, subscribe to our newsletter, or submit your own story and be a featured storyteller in a future episode. You can do all that and more on our website, storiesfound.com. Stories Found was recorded at ELA Studios deep in the heart of Austin, Texas.